The simulation chamber vibrated with controlled menace as the Void Reaper phased into existence before the mixed species training squad. Lights dimmed, warning glyphs flashed, and the air itself seemed to tense. Combat Instructor Thralks, a hardened veteran of 3 decades of warfare, observed calmly as most cadets reacted exactly as trained, scattering into defensive positions. All except one. Cadet Marcus Webb remained where he stood, calmly checking the charge level on his plasma rifle. "Cadet Webb," Thralks' voice thundered through the comm system. "Were you absent during the briefing? Void Reapers possess adaptive shielding. Your energy weapon cannot harm it. Fall back to the extraction zone immediately." The creature advancing toward them was both awe-inspiring and horrifying. Nearly 3 meters tall, it was a biomechanical nightmare responsible for wiping out colonies across the outer rim. Its crystalline armor shifted colors constantly, analyzing threats in real time and neutralizing them effortlessly. Plasma bursts. Laser fire. Particle beams. Every known energy-based weapon used by the Galactic Alliance had failed against it. Strategists had labeled Void Reapers effectively indestructible by conventional means. Marcus did not retreat. Instead, he calmly released his plasma rifle, letting it hit the floor, and reached down to his thigh. What he pulled free made Thralks' secondary heart stutter. "That appears to be a kinetic projectile launcher," the instructor said, his translator lagging with disbelief. "Cadet, that relic belongs in a museum," Thralks added sharply. Marcus remained unfazed. "It's called a gun, sir," he replied evenly, sliding around into the chamber. "Specifically, a .45 caliber pistol. Earth design. Early 20th century." He checked the grip. "Still works." The Void Reaper reacted instantly. Sensing movement, it surged forward, its adaptive shield cycling rapidly through defensive modes. The creature's combat algorithms ran thousands of predictions per second, preparing counters to every known energy signature. None of those predictions accounted for solid metal. Marcus raised the pistol and fired 3 times. The sound was jarring, sharp, violent cracks that echoed unnaturally inside a chamber designed for humming energy weapons and silent plasma bursts. The first round punched through the Reaper's shield generator as it pulsed mid-adjustment. The second shattered its primary optic array in a spray of fractured crystal. The third tore directly into the core processing center. The Void Reaper staggered, spasmed, and collapsed heavily onto the chamber floor. Dead. Absolute silence followed. 23 cadets representing 15 different species stared in disbelief. Thralks checked his diagnostic displays once. Then again. Then a third time. "This is impossible," he muttered. The parameters were correct. Adaptive defenses fully active. Marcus calmly ejected the magazine, verified the chamber was clear, and holstered the pistol. "Sir," he said respectfully, "Void Reaper shields adapt to energy frequencies and electromagnetic spectrums." He tapped the grip of the weapon. "But this doesn't use energy signatures. There's nothing to analyze, nothing to adapt to." He paused. "It's just physics. Mass multiplied by acceleration. No spectrum. No signal. Just a piece of metal moving very fast." Thralks descended swiftly from the observation platform, his 6 limbs carrying him to the fallen creature. He studied the corpse, then the primitive firearm, then Marcus himself. "Your species still employs weapons like this?" he asked. "Some of us," Marcus replied. "Old habits die hard. My grandfather carried this pistol through 3 wars on Earth," Marcus continued. "He always said you don't need advanced technology if simple mechanics get the job done." He gave a small shrug. "Humans have a saying, if it looks stupid but works, it isn't stupid." Thralks' mandibles clicked together, his species equivalent of laughter. "The High Command has spent millions of credits developing counters for Void Reapers," he said thoughtfully. "Quantum barriers. Phase weapons. Dimensional destabilizers. His gaze returned to the pistol. And you destroyed one with century-old technology costing a few hundred credits. About 350, sir, Marcus said. Ammo's cheap, too. Throx turned to face the stunned cadets. Take note, he said firmly. Advancement does not always equal superiority. Sometimes simplicity is effective precisely because it cannot be countered. He looked back at Marcus. Your ancestors survived their evolutionary struggles using these weapons. Survived and thrived, Marcus said. We're stubborn like that. Stubborn, Throx repeated slowly, considering the word. Perhaps that explains why the Alliance sought human inclusion. He tilted his head. You do not accept the concept of impossible. Marcus smiled faintly. We usually prefer to go straight through it, sir. As Marcus returned to his squad, Throx watched him carefully. In all his years of training elite soldiers, the instructor felt something unfamiliar, uncertainty. If humanity could defeat the galaxy's most feared bioweapon with something so primitive, what other forgotten solutions might they still possess? Later that day, in the armory records, Throx entered a requisition request. Human kinetic weapons, immediate study required. He paused, then added another note. Sometimes, he realized, the solution to an unstoppable force wasn't complex technology or advanced theory. Sometimes. It was simply a well-aimed bullet.